Me, not knowing the genre didn't really put me off. I mean, if it was something I was a bit uncomfortable with, say, I don't know, a horror, because it's not really my type of thing, I'd still give it a go, because at the end of the day, it's all learning experiences now, I guess.
I mean, the only thing that put me off was when we were running for the last year's feature film, they had a rumour going around that our film was going to be a musical. And I was going, steady on, you know, I don't know if I want to do that. But when it came to us, you know, they kind of said it's a crime, comedy, kind of tragedy thing.
Drama.
And that's all we knew about it. And so the day we screened our pitch films, we were handed the scripts, and then the roles had been announced the next week, so we had a week to read it over and think, do I actually want to direct this? Luckily the answer was yes.
Yeah.
I could have gone horribly wrong that week, but yeah.
So what's your job then, smart arts? Apart from photographing petrol stations, obviously.
I'm a journalist, you'll treat and postman mostly.
So what's with the photos in the garage?
No. It was you acting like a little stuck-up cunt who got me looking like this, eh? What? You think you're smarter than me, what? Because you're a fucking student? Well, you're not. You're fucking ticks and younger. That's what you fucking are.
Because that's not.
Shut it! I wasn't fucking talking to you.
I just told you, we robbed a garage and need.
In my experience, when people need to get away, they book a holiday, not 10 other fucking petrol stations.
So what are you saying?
Krista.
I'm saying I think there's stuff you're not telling me. I think you're running away from something else. I think...
Okay. You want to know?
Krista, don't.
I shot somebody.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the drama. It's got,
Especially, it's got crime, it's got drama, I mean, it's got the right things to make a good film, I guess, so I was happy with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so some very nice second years, none of whom I've met before, have been introduced to me, and I've been explaining what the functions of a grip are, how the grip works with the camera department and for the production, what kinds of things would be used by a grip.
Today we are looking to cast Peter. It's the last of the main cast we're looking for, and we got an audition with a guy called Roger.
We've been looking for Peters now for quite a while.
It's the one role we've been really struggling with. You guys just they don't have what you're looking for.
Everything else is pretty much down. I mean, we've got Krista, Suze.
Dan Herman sorted.
Yeah, it's just this one. It's the one last big role that we're looking for.
So fingers crossed he's comes in and delivers for us.
It's like when we have done like auditions and stuff. If they haven't quite looked the part, but were an amazing actress, then you gotta go for the talent over the looks, because looks we could change with makeup and stuff.
I mean, it's a wholly character-driven film as well. I mean, it's 3 main actors, so if their performances are really shit, then you just can't rely on that.
Brings the whole thing down, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to the 2 lead actresses, Krista and Susie, and the character Peter to carry this film, really. And I think the 2 leads we've cast, I'm over the moon with. I can't see it as anyone else playing those roles now, and hopefully Peter will be the same.
Journalist.
Maybe.
Oh, good. What would you like to know?
I wouldn't mind knowing how long I'm going to be tied up.
And I thought you were going to ask about that burgeoning position in the art world.
How long am I going to be tied up?
Persistence, isn't he, Suze? I don't know, until it's safe, I guess.
Who decides when that is?
Me. Us.
I'm having another sausage. Anybody want to join?
Why were you robbing the garage?
To pay for something.
What is that?
None of your business.
It's a bit odd, isn't it, taking a hostage because of a robbery?
To be honest, in terms of character depth, he's more of a plot developer than he is a wholly established character, and so he's there to kind of move things along a little bit. He doesn't have too much depth to him, and so I think a lot of actors see that as not too much to sink into, but I think there is a lot to go at, if they want to go for it.
He's the character who kind of brings out the contrast between both Krista and Suze, so I mean, you've got to have kind of a personality to connect with both sides of both warm and aggression, and that's what kind of looking for, really.
My job is basically to look over the whole sound design team. I'm basically just the boss, the idiot that nobody likes and tells them what to do, and then they do all the work, and I get the easy job of just watching them do it, and I just say do this and then they do it. I've always had a passion for sound. I mean, I've been a DJ for about 4 years now, and when I came into film production, I'd made films before this, syncing sound and stuff like that, messing around with sound. And yeah, it's always been quite a big passion of mine to do sound design work. I went sound designer, then I went sound editor and Foley, so I picked all sound things. I know other people did like a mix and match of different roles that they wanted, but I knew that I definitely wanted to do some sort of sound work on the film, especially because with the film The Collaborators, there's a lot of outdoor scenes and stuff like that, so it's a lot more challenging than say something like Audax last year where it was all basically indoors, whereas we've got different situations outside and stuff like that, so lots of contributing factors like wind. There's lots of scenes in a car as well that's going to be quite hard to shoot as well. So
I didn't choose sound recordist, I chose just 3 in the sound department and got given sound recordist. My pitch film weren't very good, but I'll not talk about it. We've kind of just been going through different ways to how we're going to record the sound on set and get the best way to get the sound from the set to post-production. Well, we have lots of like runs with microphones. Me, Tom and Lewis meet up a lot and go through microphones, test out different ways, get used to it and stuff like that, so we're ready on set.
It was my second choice. I picked it because for some reason I like swinging boom. Like, it's not something that you really enjoy doing, but it's alright. And yeah, I just picked to do it because of that. The whole process is going to be quite complicated, what we've got to do as a whole, like, considering there's only going to be 3, well, as of now there's only 3 of us on set, so it's going to be quite hard to like get just 3 people doing all this work, and the fact that we've got to pass all this extra work onto other people, and we don't really want to give people unnecessary work, so we want to try and like minimise that, which is what we were discussing, like trying to minimise post-production work. But
basically, when they're on set, the sound recordists will concentrate on getting dialogue more than anything because that's the most important part of the film. So in post-production, I basically think about everything else, the footsteps of the characters and the sounds of their clothes and the environment around them, and any particular sounds that need to be added in.
So basically, mine's one of the last roles. Once the editors have got picture lock, it gets sent to me and all the other sound team, and we obviously I had to follow and all that, but for me, I take the dialogue, make sure everything sounds really nice, and then if there's anything in the film that needs replacing, like if there's too much wind or any of the audio is just inaudible, then I'll get ADR and replace anything.
Okay, so for ages we were struggling to find a production company name. So the film centres around a gun and the discovery of a gun. So we started researching parts of the gun, and we found that the bit where you put the bullets in is called the breech. So we called it Breech Films, and also it means bum, and the film is very violent and very cheeky. So we thought that's perfect, put them both together, boom.
Yeah, and it's nice to have everyone kind of under one name. So if we ever come back to doing stuff as a team, we can just go straight with that name. Kind of gives us an identity as well, because I don't think there's any other film production company called Breech Films, so it's nice to kind of have an identity which we can all go under.
Yeah, so we did a pitch to the Dean, and Chris told us to speak to him like he was an alien, so we went very detailed through what we were going to do and really got into the specifics to show exactly how much money we needed and what for. And
yeah, it turned out that it wasn't necessary for him because he had a background in film and TV, obviously. So as we kind of like went through it, we kind of learned and adapted what we were going to say. So yeah, we kind of just moulded it around him as we went through. So it started off like with at the art department, and he was like really into that, and he spent ages on that stall. And then yeah, kind of just as he went round, we kind of got more like friendly. Like we didn't feel as pressured to like speak and find details, so we could just like it was near enough just him was chatting to him all the way around.
Yeah. And we asked for £7,500, and we got 4,000. And then we thought we'd be cheeky and ask for loads because we thought why not? Yeah. Because the Audax got 3,000, so we've actually got the most that any student films got from the uni.
And we felt if we'd asked for like 7,000, if we'd straight away asked for 4,000, he would have gone under that. So if you aim high and obviously
tactics,
don't have if you aim high and then don't think, oh, we're not going to get that, but we'll get something higher than last year then. So.
It's going to walk in here.
Here, I guess this one. Back out, so we don't use the shot like that. Go low and wide. That's cool.
Okay, going for another take. Sound.
Rolling.
Camera. Speed. Mark it.
Now.
Good. Good, got it. Alright, I'm Lauren McSherry, the Director of Photography on the feature film Collaborators. Today, we are shooting a green screen test for the newsreader part of the Collaborators. Within the film, there is other aspects of the film which require us to shoot B-roll footage, and this is what we're doing today. So this footage will be shot today, put through post-production, and then put into the movie, because this will be displayed on a TV screen within the movie. So, like, my job on set today is to use all this lighting to set up, like, lighting, camera. We're shooting on the Blackmagic, we're shooting on a 2.5 RAW setting, and what we do is we get all this equipment, rig it all up to however I could sort of tell you specifics, but there's nothing too specific to any scene, if you know what I mean. So each scene will be different. So this one is purely lit, so this stuff closest to me is for the green screen. And then the lights that you just see there in the background, that's for the actor to stand on a mark just behind me there. And then the camera's in the middle there somewhere.
Well, on the Collaborators, it's a road movie, so we're doing a lot of outside shoots. So the DPs have decided to use a lot of natural light for the shoot. So my job is basically, when we've been outside with the car rig, is like reflecting light and diffusing light from the sun itself instead of from lights, because it's a lot more practical to use the sun rather than bring a car battery on set and hook up lights to that if we don't need them at all. So today we were doing an indoor shoot, which is pretty lucky for me because I get to use a wide variety of lights. This one's a 2K. We're using it to simulate like an outdoor kind of sunshine kind of thing through the window here. Basically, this will be bounced off a wall.
Action.
The body found this morning in the city centre canal has been identified as that of Julian Caswell, the fourth shooting in the city this year.
Cool there. Right, cut.
What am I most looking forward to? I guess working with a bigger crew and actors on a larger scale than what we have before, I'd say for me, because I'll be down to say the same. I mean, I've only done short films up to this point, so working with actors has only been quite minimal, and a certain location has been quite minimal. So to have that just like times 10 on a whole new scale is quite interesting. It's quite exciting. Really.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm looking forward to really the finished product. As stupid as that sounds, I don't mean like the end of it, but I'm just looking forward to seeing how it actually turns out. Seeing it. I mean, it's exciting now when you see the art department come in with something that's actually been visualised. Because at this point it's all just paperwork and ideas and stuff. And when it starts actually visualising the whole film, that's exciting to me. And I'm enjoying that. And so I'm looking forward to just, sitting in the edit suite looking at the dailies and seeing it all come together. Yeah.
What's a levels test?
A levels test, it's just basically where I look over the sound or listen to the sound to make sure that it's not clipping and it's what the levels I want, so it's not too loud or it's not too quiet, just to get it just right. Awesome. It's as good as we're going to get it down. Do you want to, honestly, we'll be fine. We'll be alright.
Is there a problem?
Yeah, the battery's died on the Vectra, so we just...
Oh, fuck.
I won't want to use it if I had my name. I'd want to.
Thanks.
Okay. The daily biz.
That will definitely do.
Tom, what are you thinking?
What at this moment in time
Yeah.
right now? Bloody excited. Bloody. Yeah.
Here for him.
Yeah, it's better now. I think it's better. Yeah.
Alright.
Scene 35, shot 5, take 2.
We're using Adobe Audition right now to record it. We're routing it through the Scarlett and then wirelessly through the radio mics which are in the car. Also with 2 lapel mics that are also in the car, and then also 2 microphones that are mounted inside the radio of the car. So hopefully we'll get some good sound somewhere.
In position. Rolling. Alright, let's go for it then. Camera. Mark. 55, shot 11, take 2.
Can you talk us through what you're filming today? I didn't realise it was such a hard-hitting question.
What we're filming today is a scene of the collaborators. And the one we're about to shoot right now is the character Peter. He gets put in a boot, he gets tied up, and he gets put on a tree. But it's been really awkward with the sound today because loads of cars.
And a lawnmower.
Lawnmower, he's over there. And yeah, it's cheap.
What's the worst day you've had so far?
Beacon fell. It was horrible.
What happened there?
For wind, for rain. It was just a bit of
on top of a big hill.
Yeah, and it was cold, but we got through it.
What are you filming today? Both don't know. What's that doing?
We don't get told.
Sound ready? Okay, roll sound. Camera.
Speed.
Mark.
55, shot 1, take 1.
We've been filming one of the scenes for the collaborators today. It's been really nice weather for the first time in actually like a really long time, so we've managed to get quite good sound. Apart from the lawnmower and cars going past, but apart from that it's alright.
How many batteries have you bought?
We bought 504 at the moment, and we're getting through about 30 batteries a day, which is quite fun. So I've literally got batteries everywhere. So yeah, pretty much. Oh, this sound's not working.
Do you have a system of working out which batteries are dead and which batteries are not?
Yeah, right, I'm going to show you this right now, right? Get this on camera, right? You ready? Right. No, it's not that even. But if you drop it, right, it shouldn't bounce. You see, that's dead.
You know, it's on an incline.
It's on an incline. Well, fair enough. But, right, you're supposed to drop it, right? And if it stays up, right, like that, it's supposed to have full battery, right? But if it bounces and falls over, it's a dead battery. There you go. That was probably the worst technique that I've ever done.
No, that was pretty impressive.
I did go for head of sound for my first option, and I got it It's a bit of a challenge though. It's actually a really big challenge doing a film outside when you can't control the weather. Especially, I don't know if anybody else has talked about it, but Beacon Fell, that was one of the worst days for sound. It was just really bad. It was so windy, so wet. It was like, it wasn't that fun. So yeah.
Basically, we've ordered them via locations, characters and stuff, so we have seen 72 this afternoon, which is just another one on country lay-by, another character's added into that, and that's kind of another pivotal scene leading into the final third of the film after that. Dialogue pieces, basically.
Yeah. Would you say any problems you're expecting from that shoot, or would you say it should be pretty...
Because we were delayed by weather, this one's probably going to run over naturally because of the size of it, so it'll be pushed for time on the other one, as always.
This is the scene where, okay, so just a few days before, they've killed somebody, and they've robbed a taxi at this point, so they're painting the taxi
a very discreet yellow
and black
colour.
I did a short film with Peter Bobser, and like a couple of months after doing that, he came into where I worked and basically said there's a film that the students are going to start doing where you really suit one of the characters, so he got in touch with them to get in touch with me to go for an audition. So I actually really didn't know a lot about it. Like apparently it was like posted online and stuff, and I didn't know that. I really didn't know what big a deal it was. I didn't even know it was a feature length at first. I literally just thought it was going to be another short.
You weren't even going to go to the audition
And
at first,
part of me, yeah, when I did get the script and kind of figured it was a bit bigger a deal than I thought, I almost chickened out and didn't even go for the audition.
It does seem to be whenever we're shooting the early ones and we're just in like a kimono or a skirt, it just fucking pisses it down.
Yeah, that's it basically. Like the rest of it's quite. Actually, if anything, it's a bit too fun.
Yeah.
At times, because we're trying to be really serious and then all the crew are making us laugh our heads off right before we start like a serious scene.
Everything comes in here. Okay, so basically, finish shooting. Cameras come in, and then we take the SSDs. It's just a simple matter of copying all the footage over, make sure it's backed up. So these drives here are our backup drives, and we throw everything, like all the raw footage on there, so just in case we lose anything. In the process, we're using 3 main softwares for the edit. And our first software is a software called DaVinci. And what we use in this is for creating proxies for the editors to work with. So instead of having a shot that's like 50 gigabytes worth of footage, which is raw, we'll compress that into .mos and then give that to the editors, and that will be, 500 megabytes. Something a lot easier to work with. And once all the proxies are rendered out and we've got the audio and everything's renamed and stuff, that is then sent over to that computer, and that computer is the one that the offline editors use.
Well, the biggest challenge I think is trying to promote it with not a lot of money, and also it's everyone's first feature film, so everyone's kind of getting to grips with their roles. People don't really know how to work together that well yet, because if you go from a short film to making a feature film, and the amount of work is just crazy different.
Yeah.
It's so mad. And also people staying within their roles as well.
Yeah.
Because I think people kind of want to...
They want to input everywhere.
Because that's what you're used to doing. If you've got a short film like making this, it's quite collaborative. You'll come up with questions and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're making a feature film, it's best if you stick to what you
like the pitch films where it's everyone has like there's only like 5 or 6 you working on it, so you all have an input in everyone's department. Just like as a booster, you can like give them advice, but like once you get to the feature film, I think people should they can give you advice, but they should kind of respect each other's boundaries.
Space.
Yeah, some people get a bit too involved in other people's things. But yeah,
It's going well.
It's
Everything we've kind of evened out.
But for me, to be honest, that never really put me off because, as I said before, you know, I think everyone wants to come and try to be a director or something along those lines, and to do it regardless of the genre would be good to just have a stab at it, get some experience actually being a director on a feature film. For me, I think like everybody else, when you come to UCLan, I think most people want to be the director or they want to do something along those lines, and as soon as the opportunity came about, regardless of what genre it was, I decided just to grab it really because obviously if it's what I wanted to do, I wanted to see if I was good enough to do it and get the experience of actually being able to direct a feature.
Yeah, I mean for me it was more of a case of I didn't see a reason not to pitch for a director because it was something I'd always enjoyed doing, but I've never been specifically good at one aspect of filmmaking. I've always been like a good editor, but not a great editor, and a good DP, etc. But I'd always cared more about narrative and story and the acting and the emotion more than other people seem to. And like I say, it's all well and good to have this amazing shot with the sunset and silhouettes and all that, but if the content's not there, then you know what's the point?
Oh, will it tell give me all money?